Then on the other hand, the U.S., which is the old style of warfare, $13 billion ships. They have two ships, 13 billion. One of them just had to retreat because Iran hit it or tried to hit it and could sink it. It had to move out 1,000 kilometers away from the land. 13 trillion dollar carrier. Then they have bases, all these heavy stockpile bases in the Middle East, which are being destroyed, which sit down there. Did you hear about this, Afalabi? A day or two ago, Iran just destroyed a $1 billion
Yeah, I
satellite
heard about
system,
it. I heard
a
about it.
1 billion with $20,000 drones and missiles. So what they're doing is economic warfare because they're bleeding America's economy. And once these weapons run out, there's no way that they can restock. And literally, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. They've been driven out of the Middle East. This was built up in Russia, and I think Putin wanted to test it out here, and it's working very well. The only weakness to this type of warfare system is that it can't really defend from air superiority. But even that is going to be tested because Iran doesn't have a dome. They don't have an iron dome, but they don't need one necessarily against the U.S. because the U.S. will run out of bombs and everything. And once the U.S. is decapitated from this war, Israel's going to be decapitated because they can't restock it. So what it is that they don't have a air defense system, but what they're doing is that they will destroy all of Israel's missiles and America's interceptors first, so that there'll be nothing to strike them. So that's their defense system. But it is one in which you take a lot of heavy hits. But there's another aspect to this war, which is the electronic warfare, in which they're jamming signals and stuff, which is why a lot of America's uh, devices or drones or things that hover and look for places to destroy more sophisticated, cheaper types of weapons have been already cloned. HIMARS systems have been cloned in Russia, and the Iranians have made clones of those things so that they can jam them. So basically, the Iranians know the frequency of the American systems of their drones and more sophisticated, cheaper weapons that can disrupt. The disruptive weapons are being jammed by the Iranians. And as time goes by, as this war goes by, and as the years go by, they'll get better at that. So basically, the U.S. sacrificed its weaponry code by attacking, giving it to Ukraine. Russia take those things, learn how they work, and defend them. So overall, this is just an expensive war for the U.S. And it's showing that the U.S. hegemony is over because U.S. hegemony depends on bombers, ships, and things because they're not connected by land to Europe or to Asia. So they can't fight anymore unless they can't attack countries like Iran or Russia anymore unless Ukraine is strong. Ukraine is not strong, or unless Israel is strong. Israel and Saudi Arabia and Dubai and all these areas, they need bases to fight. So it's over. And this is not bad because it doesn't mean the U.S. day is over. It just means the U.S. days of traveling 10,000 miles to destroy another country is over. It's too expensive. You'll get everything blown out of the sky. And on top of that, your allies in Europe and in Israel will just be pummeled by missiles. So this is basically Russia and Iran have just made Western warfare obsolete.